Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you know me, you know I love to use my crock pot. Today I had to make a meal that consisted of using this lunch meat that was about to go bad, so I had to put it in the freezer, and it was from behind the counter deli lunch meat, and if you know how expensive that is, you know. So I put diced potatoes, spinach, that cut up turkey, a half a block of cream cheese, some chicken broth, and some half and half, and I just kind of eyeballed everything, and then I threw some seasoning in there, put the lid on, and let it cook, because usually on days that I have a lot of stuff going on, it's important that I already have an easy dinner ready at home. Otherwise, I would potentially self-sabotage by going out to eat, spending a lot of money, or just eating something really unhealthy that's easy to make. If you have any good crock pot recipes, please leave them in the comments. I would love to try them even in my video. Like, that is so fun to me. Also, I'm making a gift for my technically brother-in-law because Zane's my fiance now. And I wanted to get him a crock pot and then a whole book full of crock pot meal ideas that I hand write. So if you have any ideas that I can try and maybe even put in that gift, please let me know. I got this really cute work outfit from the money that I used from Zane's mom to go to Plato's Closet, and I found every single one of these items on clearance, and I prefer to go to Plato's Closet to thrift my workout clothes just because I feel like they have a lot better and cleaner, less worn selection. Tuesday is always a really busy night, so that's why I got the crock pot ready, because we go to my class and then we go to OCIA at the church right after. So I need to make sure that dinner is as easy as possible. Our espresso machine went out on us a few weeks ago. If you know, our last espresso machine, we were so lucky we got it on clearance for $20, and it was a really nice brand. So when it went out, I bought a Walmart $70 espresso machine, and unfortunately it's just not as good. But it still gets the job done. Also, I did break my camera in my last video. The viewfinder is taped down to the back of the camera now, so I really can't see myself while I record anymore. Lately, I have been considering getting a job, like a real job, not just Instacart, because while Instacart is good and I do have free time, you have to be online like all day in order to hit my $500 weekly goal, and I am spending a lot in gas. I feel like it is taking a toll on my mental health to feel like I constantly have to be on my phone in order to accept orders, and I just don't know how this is affecting me in the long run. It feels like a gambling addict job. I don't know how else to describe it. But what do you guys think? We went to go get a little pick-me-up before church. This package has 20 grams of protein, which is probably good. We mainly went to the gas station because we needed some water, because we always run out of water after class. Ugh. Zane made these biscuits to go with the soup after we got home, and it turned out being really, really good. Back to the Instacart thing, I can make really good money with certain orders. Like, I have had a couple orders over $100 in the last year, and then also sometimes if you get lucky you can make $50 in an hour. But the inconsistency and the instability of it is the part that stresses you out so much, and I've noticed my mental health declining, and now I kind of have a drinking problem I'm trying to get past. I am a little hungover right now, and I am eating this bagel. Last night while I was intoxicated, I signed up for Ariel, which honestly I needed to. I signed up for a whole month too, like $100 gone out of my account. So now I have to go. But I've been thinking about doing it for a really long time. I just needed that little extra push for myself. I even weighed out the pros and cons of everything. When I say drinking problem, it really hasn't gotten too bad, but after going a whole month sober, I realized I'm such an all or nothing person, and I need to recognize that about myself. I am officially on my way to my first aerial class in 1.5 years. The studio is 20 minutes away and it's downtown, so I want to make sure that I get there soon enough to figure out parking. I'm at the studio and I am a little nervous, but it's fine. Everything is fine. I'll let you guys know how the class goes. I just got done with aerial and it was super fun. I'm so glad that I signed up and I'm ready to continue to keep going. That's so exciting. I'm definitely not good at it anymore, but I will get there again. So yeah, I'm just excited to start my aerial journey again. Okay, I've literally done nothing like all day. I went out and I did a few Instacart orders, so at least I made a little money, and I went to my aerial class. But as far as cleaning, I only did the litter box and the dishes today, and then I laid in bed or watched TikTok for way too long. For dinner, we're having hamburger patties, and I'm making these leftover onion rings and french fries for the side with like a side salad. We actually got a George Foreman from the thrift store, so I like to use that to cook the burgers now. Another con of the Instacart is that I've been on my phone way too much and I just get lost in the sauce of my phone. And it honestly, it comes with the territory because you have to make sure that you get a good order. And I'm talking about this so much because it's been heavy on my mind, okay? It's been heavy on my mind. And that's where I talk about, I think my mental health has declined since doing this full time. It's been over a year and they just implemented a new rating system, which really stresses out customers and shoppers because you get penalized for doing unrequested refunds. So then you have to replace items, but if the customer isn't answering, they don't like your replacement, so they give you a low rating. And it just all around, it's just way too stressful for me about things I literally can't control. So tonight for dinner, I made these burgers on the George Foreman, and I was having a juicy conversation on the phone with Zane's family about some tea. I had a really amazing class today. I had 8 people, and it was so good. I love my flow that I did this week, and I am so sore from going to aerial yesterday. But everything is a complete mess, and I just know that I need to do a time lapse of me cleaning everything. One really awesome thing that happened to me yesterday was I was instructing my 9:30 a.m. hot yoga sculpt class, and I only had 2 people there. One was a regular and one was a new girl. I went up to this new girl after the class to introduce myself and to sign her in properly, and I find out that she's on tour. I said, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool. A tour for what?" She said, "I'm in a band." I said, "Oh my gosh, what do you do in the band?" She said, "I sing." I said, "What band is it?" She said, "Between Friends," and that they were playing a show in the city tonight and that I should come, and that she'd put mine and Zane's name on a list and we could show up and go in for free. I literally freaked out so hard. We had a genuine conversation and it was so amazing. We even started talking about her man because I told her that I recently got engaged, and then we talked about how long me and Zane had been together, and then I asked how long her and her man had been together. And I was like, oh my gosh, we love a confident man who is okay with his girl going on tour. I go home and I start researching her, and I'm like, what? Your man is Eden. I don't know if anybody knows who Eden is, but Eden is a songwriter, singer, and he is the one that got me through the end of middle school and the beginning of high school when I was seriously feeling so depressed about my entire existence. And it's just such a full circle moment for me to have somebody famous come to my class, and I literally knew who she was, and I know who her boyfriend is, and we had a genuine conversation about Eden, and I didn't even know she was talking about Eden. But I'm so glad that I didn't find out who her boyfriend was until after I'd got home and researched her. Otherwise, I would have been freaking out so hard about the fact that Eden was her man rather than, you know, celebrating her. So I'm really glad that I didn't find that out. But her show was so amazing. It was honestly so much better than I even expected. I guess I didn't know what to expect, but it was such a cool experience, and I'm so glad that she came to my class and that we had a great conversation.
and she's a real genuine person, and she definitely just gained a fan because I'm like, girl, you are so cool. She was even humble too. She was like, I'm not famous. And I was like, girl, you going on tour to Europe, what do you mean you're not famous? But anyways, that was just such a cool experience. I had to share it with you guys. Obviously there was so much more that happened in our conversation, but that's the gist of it, and it was such a cool experience to go to the show with Zayn. I am honestly still starstruck that this even happened. Oh my gosh, it's just such an exciting once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I am just so thrilled, and I just have to keep remembering this is what I've worked so hard for, this life right here, right now, and I need to be grateful for the life that I'm living and how I have a whole life ahead of me to keep chasing my dreams and living the best life that I can and staying so grateful for it. But anyways, thank you, friend, for sticking till the end, and I'll see you next time.